Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, then please take the time to click that little subscribe button down below and get notifications on all of my future content. It's very much appreciated as I look to grow the channel throughout the coming year. Let's get down to business, and today's airsoft replica we're going to look at. And it's an iconic shotgun that probably really needs no introduction at all. It's featured in a host of TV and movies, as well as pretty much every video game of the last 20 or 30 years that is obviously skewed towards a military application. And that gun is the SPAS 12. Now, arguably, it's more recognisable when paired with its over-the-top folding stock, but as you can see, unfortunately, mine does not have it. It will be something I will be pursuing in the very near future. But essentially, the SPAS 12, in terms of the real steel version, was designed for law enforcement use, and that's why it's actually a combination shotgun. So it's capable of being manually operated or firing in a full auto mode. And we'll get into how that works a little bit later on as we go through the gun. But suffice to say, it's a very interesting shotgun in the real world. And this Tokyo Marui is a very authentic representation. Let's put it that way. Right. Okay, making our way through the front. Unfortunately, we don't get any threads under here. You can remove this and reveal just the outer barrel, but as I say, no thread adapter on it. It's possibly something you could look to 3D print and sort of drill a small pilot hole for and that kind of thing. Make up your own thread adapter. But as I say, unfortunately, nothing on the market as such at the minute that I'm aware of anyway. So we come back through the barrel and we have this very distinctive heat shield, as well as the manual pump. And as I say, this is where one of those little authentic pieces come into play that you won't find on the other SPAS replicas that you can buy in the airsoft community today. And that is that little button there. Because as we've previously discussed, this was a combination shotgun, and to actually switch between manual and automatic cycling, if you like, you would depress this button and move the pump forward or backward. And you can see just on the heat shield here, we have these sort of line markers that line up, or would line up on the real one, with where the manual and automatic operation modes are selected by moving the pump. So you depress that button, and if you were going to go into automatic mode, depress the button and push the pump forward till the back of the pump reaches that line. It would have clicked into place and you'd be in automatic fire mode. As I say, this little button doesn't appear on a lot of the other replicas, and is a really nice little touch, I think, that just adds to that authenticity. The pump is very smooth. It's I've actually got a shell in it because I was using it for the video, so I won't pump this one. But it's a very smooth operation and a very satisfying noise that I'm sure you'll pick up in some of the other clips I will insert into this video as well. As we move back along the gun, the actual shell ejection is operated by what would have been the fire safety on the real gun. And oddly enough, this particular lever safety was notoriously bad on the version 1s, and actually got replaced with like a cross block safety. Now we have a very similar functionality to that here, in that you can see I can actually actuate the lever in and out, and that's to actually prevent you accidentally pushing the lever during gameplay. You can see I can push against it and not eject the shell, but once I push it in, we eject the shell and out she comes. So lose that BB there. Right, Very smooth operation, very, very nice. As I say, that just being able to pull that out and not accidentally actuate the shell release is a nice little feature as well. We do have a proper safety on the other side, which is just this little lever, which obviously stops the trigger pull. In terms of, again, going back to that authenticity, we have the shell ejection port here. Now, one thing I've noticed on other replicas as well is that this is usually, although a cutout section much like this, it's usually completely flat and doesn't actually have the little thumb insert, if you like, or the lever for manual operation on a lot of the other replicas. So again, something that's nice to see here, and just for that quick look when you're looking down it just adds to that authenticity. We have SPAS 12 and some Tokyo Marui markings on the side. Unfortunately, there's no sort of official trademarks with any of these. I don't think any of them come with the official trademarks at all. So you're not losing out whichever one you have. Again, though, this is something that the other SPAS 12s on the market don't have, and that is this pin here, which is removable and where the actual folding stock would attach to. The folding stocks are available again. There's a company in America who actually reproduce them now and will be where I get mine from. If you were looking for a SPAS 12 with the authentic Tokyo Marui one on you, you're going to have a search on your hands. They are pretty much a unicorn thing at the minute, and anyone who has one is either holding on to one or only willing to sell it for an outstanding amount of money. But as I say, with these Tokyo Marui ones, if you did want the folding stock, they're pretty much the only ones that can adapt to take one, whether it be an aftermarket one or the original, because they're the only ones with these pins. So again, something to consider if you're looking for that full sort of SPAS 12 look. As I say, I've always found Springer shotguns to be much of a muchness. Regardless of what brand you go for, they're always going to perform very, very similar in terms of whether they're a single shot or a tri-shot. Obviously, the SPASs are pretty much all tri-shots, I believe, regardless of brand. And they all perform and will fire very, very similarly. But as I say, the one redeeming feature, and perhaps the one reason you should pay that tiny bit extra for the Tokyo Marui version, is that attention to detail that you're just not going to find on the other ones. Okay, that's been my look at the Tokyo Marui SPAS 12. If it's been of any help to you or any interest to you at all, then as I say, a like and a subscribe is always welcome, guys. And I'll see you in the next one.